Sound check. Oh man, almost out of alcohol. Have to fix that up. What's this? Yeah. Not needed. Travis, no, you are not first. Not this time. What am I doing? What am I doing? I don't know. Who we got here? Aaron, Enrique the Kid, Travis, Antonio, Steve. Oh, Steve. Anthony Jabari, Andy D.A., Paul Hutton. Hello, Paul. Hopefully you've made some progress towards finding those culprits. Travis, you didn't miss it. It's just restarting. Jan Zimmy, Chris Ray, Rob Brown, Gino Vivea, Fossis. Alright. I think I've got everybody in here so far. Alright, so we just got a classic success. It's not powering up, and it's not showing any, what do you call it? Not showing any charge on the charge port other than the usual 3 or 4 milliamp when you plug in. I'm hoping it's TriStar, but I don't know the history of this phone, so I'm just going to pop it open, have a look around. Maybe it's TriStar, in which case might have a chance of fixing it. Sync is off. Blimey heck. Okay. Let's try this again. Exit. Alright, here we go. Audio sync back. I don't know why, even if I try restarting OBS, what am I trying to say? Even if I try, let's see, just go overhead. Yep. If I try restarting OBS while I'm not streaming, it doesn't have the effect. But if I restart it once I've started streaming, it then works with the sync, and I have no flipping clue why. And hopefully they've fixed it in a more recent version. I'll have to do an update one day and see if that works. Because it's going to drift out again within an hour or so. This phone feels like it's never been opened actually, so I'm going to do my best not to taint it too much. Yeah, never been opened. It does give me hope that it'll be a TriStar then. Let's see, where's my there's my knife. Alright, since it's a fresh one, it will have a good seal, so I'm going to create a little plastic blade. So I just slice off the edge, and then this will just cut through usually. No, it's not thin enough. You sort of got to get a bit of a concave edge on this. Yeah, that might do it. It's not so critical on these ones, but certainly on things like the 7 and the 8s, I like to really just cut through that adhesive. Man, this is definitely not been opened before. And we don't have this much trouble. What's going on? There we go. That's more like it. Wow. It's pretty damn immaculate inside. Can you do a micro video or intro for us? I did do a micro, or partially micro video the other day, but it is unlisted. If you go into my the Discord channel that has been set up for me on Lewis's server, I've put the links in a couple of days ago, but I might make some more public ones. The only reason why I don't is because I sort of think, well, people don't want to always get notifications on cats. I mean, I would, but where's my other spudgers? Oh. There we go. Alright, now we're going to taint this beautiful, pristine phone by putting pen marks through it. Really do need the shorter shaft version of this. The long shaft version's fine for bigger screws, but for these little iPhone screws, I definitely prefer the short shaft. Okay. Let's see. First thing I'll do is actually just to see if a charged battery will make this run. So I just find my 6S box. And this is probably when I find out I don't. Oh yeah, I do. You're on an iPhone 11. Which one? The Pro Max or just the normal one with only 2 eyes? Okay, hope there's enough charge in that to do what we want to do. Ooh. This one may not be TriStar after all. Unless that's a flat battery. Alright, let's connect it up to the DC power supply. Let's see. Success. 6 plus. I never find the success quickly on these. It's gonna be you. No? Okay, 11, that's pretty normal. Oh, that's hilarious. As I try to power it up, it actually drops in current. Oh, damn it. Thing just jumped right off. Alright, we got a dead set short in here. Alright, this is going to be fun. This is the kind of repair everybody loves. We got Sutton shorting pretty hard and strong. And I just lifted up the camera. Wired up. Well, yeah, I mean, you can ask, but I probably won't answer only because of the fact that I've got my head amongst all this. Yeah, okay, so we've got a dead short in here, which means it should be, in theory, easy to find. Okay, this is microscope kicking in. Beautiful, it is. iPhone 6 error 9 grind out CPU and clock path. Yeah, I have seen mention of the error 9, and it always seems to be a CPU grind out fix. I personally have never done one. It's not something I do. I leave it to the professionals when it gets to that level. Professionals like Jessa Jones and Jason and Chris Long, the people who actually know what they're doing. Bum, 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 bum. Yep. Paul doesn't know what he's doing. I have a hard enough time just picking what screws I'm going to take out. I'm going to be a little bit slow on chat response only because it takes a little bit more brain energy for me to do these iPhone jobs. A little more. But it can make all the difference. Particularly when I'm trying to get these screw sequences done right. I'm sure there's probably actually a quicker, cleaner way of doing these board removals, but I don't know it. So I've got to stick with my own known method. Let's see, so we can just bring this down a bit. It's wrong way. Instead of getting the focus on the whole wrong area. Yeah, might help a bit. Let's see. It's going to see how 5G goes. I think the biggest problem with 5G, like all systems, is congestion, really. I mean, that doesn't matter what technology you use. You basically, if it's broadcast, it's going to be congestion. But I suppose if they can make it fast enough, then the what do you call it? The congestion you experience tends to be less. At least until the point when everyone starts needing more and more speed, and then you're back to the same old fault. Why aren't you coming out? What screw have I left in? You're gonna make me take that one out the top. Ah, you lousy little SAB. I swear I don't normally have to take this one out. Yep. Ah. Forgot about that one. It shows how long it's been since I've done a 6S. Forgot that this antenna flex needs to be dealt with. So if we've got a short, then it's unlikely to be... Well, actually, what am I talking about? I don't know. I suppose I could just give it the full power and see what gets warm. Could be a 1v8 NAND short. I think that's what Jason would suggest. So maybe I should put power to it and then feel around the board and see if I need to pick up any particular shield. Yeah, the antenna cable always catches me out on this. It's not the first time it's done it, won't be the last time. Okay. Okay, there's no subtlety. We've got 4 watts going into it. So I will start getting an idea of where it is soon. Alright. It's down in this bottom region here. Could still be TriStar, I suppose. God damn it, had to just cut that. Got impatient. Some days you can just peel these off without any dramas. Obviously not on this particular model because I don't normally deal with this, but yeah, with other iPhones. And then other days it's like, nope, you're gonna have to hold my hand every millimeter of the way. Come on. Ah, damn it. Ruined it anyway. Guess we'll make it a Captain type one. Let's see if we can at least not completely. There we go. I'm gonna rage if it's whatever it is, it's probably in the RF section. That's a pain. Alright, that's off. Hey, Crypto65. Andrew's here. Now, before I connect power back up to it, I do want to just look around and see if I can spot anything that looks ominous. That cat keeps looking at me, but I don't think it's it. Yeah. Oh well, let's connect power and see what happens. I'm just going to turn that power off for the moment. At least the nice thing is it doesn't require me to press the on-off button or anything. It's just go, man, go. I'll get a cotton bud, earbud, Q-tip, whatever you want to call them. And someone has not refilled the alcohol. Come on. Damn it. Typical. Running out of alcohol just when I need it. Speaker amp U3700. Rob Brown. Alright. Rob Brown's checked in on that. I'm not even sure which chip that is, but it's locked in. So get myself some wholesome fresh alcohol. Alright. Damn it. Brain not working there. Trying to put the red cap back on the blue bottle. Can't do that. Could cause an explosion. I figured I may as well fill up these ones while I'm at it too. It always makes me think I'm back at university in chemistry and failing just as hard. Anyone who works in chemistry, or even more so biochemistry and things like that, my hat's off to you. You guys are amazing for the work you do. Alright. I don't have a pipette. Wish I did, but I don't. Okay, Rob Brown reckons speaker amp. I think that's down here in this bottom corner. Right, Australian weather heating up everything. And there we go. Straight away down there. That looks like a MOSFET to me, which is going to be problematic, which means there's something else further down the line causing the drama. Crud. Let me just confirm that. Yep. So I guess the question is, what down the line is doing it? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Where's my mouse? I guess it's time to bring up Flex Boardview with the iPhone 6s Boardviews, which will take us a couple of minutes because I haven't installed it on this machine. Ah. Okay. Okay, I'm just building my new version of Flex Boardview, and copying over my files. Sweet mercy, there's a few more files than I expected there. Oh well. iPhone 6s. And Mr. forgot to... Damn it. iPhones, 6s. Schematic. Okay. Shove it over to the side. Down. Maximize. And here we go. It's the red herring IC, that is quite correct. That's why I was concerned, because it's the MOSFET. Between VCC main and BAT. So we actually have to remove this from the situation and power straight into PP, yeah, blah, 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 to find our true fault. Now, if I had an infrared camera, I probably could find it without pulling that chip, but unfortunately, it's just drawing too much power, so I can't find it with alcohol. Yeah. Okay. Alright. The question is, is there another place I can grab onto this? Oops. So, I could put my wire on these caps and power it that way. Wait, what? No, I'm looking at it backwards. These are the ones I want. A2, A3, B1, all the rest of that. You're under a shield, so you're no good to me. So maybe across these two caps here. If I can get access to them. Yeah, they look pretty good. So if I put my power wire onto, just dabbed onto these two, then that will allow me to bypass that chip, the MOSFET, without actually having to pull it out. Stray 77. Yeah, the MOSFET's very rarely the problem. It's just... okay, that's a little big, I guess. Yeah, can't use that one. I don't know. Wish I could, because it's easier. I used to have some ultra-fine stranded wire, but I don't know where it is these days. Is this the same stuff? Yes, it is. Crud. Alright. What's the one that has a hole on the edge? What? No, I don't know. I'm going to use some 30 gauge single core wire. This is actually better known as wire wrap wire. It does the job just fine in most cases. The only trouble with wire wrap wire is that it will break if you flex it too much. Okay, that should do. I'll put a blob of solder on the top there, and then rectangular IC with a hole on the bottom edge. I was going to say that. I think that's Tigris, yeah. Okay. Jason Vilmer will be screaming because there's too much flux there, and I agree with him. Wow, I got the shakes bad today. Not good. That'll do. And ground, fairly sure that one should be a perfectly usable ground. I suppose I could just put it on the shield. Yeah. It's good. Setting up my wires so I don't accidentally yank the pull board when I'm moving around. Okay, so I'm going to set the current down a little bit, just to 1 amp, and yeah, that should be good. Okay, and I get my toothbrush. Flying across the room. We haven't powered it up yet, but I just want to get the preliminary. Okay, here we go. Well, the short's pretty hefty wherever it is. I'm gonna put the current up. No, we do not want 3 amps. 2 would just be fine. Okay. I'm just feeling around for it. Crap. My ground wire just knocked off. It's a dumb place to put it, Paul. Or dumb orientation, rather. Alright, let's try that again. So we've got 0.35 volts, 2.1. That's not actually going to register a lot of heat at this point, so that could be a problem. It's got to be close by this short, whatever it is. I'm going to knock the current up, because right now not a lot of actual power is going in. Okay, we should have about 3 watts going in now. Not feeling it. Get the feeling the short's got to be close by. You normally don't get that severe a drop over long distances. I could be wrong. Yeah, I think I'm wrong. Oh no. I guess technically it was a short distance, but in iPhones everything's a short distance. So, hey, House of Moth, those board views all okay for you now? The converted ones? Free spray? I'm not going to bother with free spray when it's... this short is severe enough that alcohol will show it up, no problem. The other problem is that it is warm weather here, and with warm weather, free spray basically does not last long enough for me to actually make use of it. What happens is you get the free spray down, and before you can even start to look, it's already pretty much blown off. Okay, here we go. Okay, we've got some heating up over there. Still feels like it could be on the other side though. What's going on? We've got something around here. That cap there. It might not be this cap, but the one I just gave a nice little... Damn it. That one. Yeah, you guys get the one I'm talking about. This one here. Let's confirm to see if it actually is part of the... What are we looking at? This one in the corner, this here. Yeah, that's on VCC main. I'll tell you what, for the hell of it, we'll freeze spray, but first I've got to blow off all the alcohol. And then I have to wait for it to cool down again. And then I've got to find out where the heck my freeze spray even is. Probably, the can probably melted in our weather. Come on, freeze spray, where are you? Ah, not down there, no. Trying to clean up this workshop last night. I got, oh, it's right behind me. I got part way through. Has anyone tried X-ray? No, I haven't. Liquid nitrogen? Yeah, I think you mean liquid, yeah. Hey, Edwin from the US. You cooled down enough? Partially. Yeah, I've got to be quick because, like I said, this weather does not lend itself to... Okay, here we go. Yep, there we go. Ah, not in full display. Let's do that again just for the sake of posterity. Ha 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 ha. You know it's going to light up anyway. There we go. Well, it kind of makes me happy because it's a little bit easier to deal with than a TriStar. You can actually see the fractures on it now. Interesting, it's still bobbling away. That's just the freeze spray doing whatever. But there you can see there's fractures running along the diagonals there. So we'll get this out. Is there anything important nearby? I should be able to do this with hot air maybe. This is definitely where fine pitch tweezers are very good in terms of fine pitch soldering tweezers. To be fair, crypto, this happens on pretty much anywhere that you use ceramic caps. I mean, I've had no shortage of PC boards, desktops, everything with exactly the same problem. And believe me, ceramics are far better than tantrum caps. I'd rather have ceramics than tantrums. And yes, I know it's tantalum. I'm just being comical for the sake of being comical. I'm not going to be able to get it out with that method. I wasn't trying to. I just wanted to pickle the alloy a bit, so it should come out a bit easier. Seriously, Rob? I would have thought nano tweezers or something like that, say from JVC or something, would have done the trick. But now you're giving me bad news. Hey, Warren Stamps. Alright, so we're just going to go in with 420 and 60 on this, which is my personal iPhone selection on the quick. Man, I got the shakes bad today. This actually illustrates why I didn't want to knock this cap off, for those who are probably thinking why don't I knock it off. They're some caps you can tell are damaged or corroded out enough that you can just flick them off with a bit of a swift knock. But this one physically, the pads looked quite okay, so trying to knock it off quite likely would have damaged these the actual circuit board pads at the bottom. I mean, there are some people who are really good at the knock-off process and they probably can do it without damaging the pads, but I'm not there, so that's why I took this option instead. We've got to work out what cap that was in terms of. Okay, so 3 blah blah blah. Where are you? Next. Where's my damn next button? Ugh. Oh, I just realised it. What? It's not on the schematic? So it shows up here. See, 5321. So control and nowhere else. Hilarious. Fantastic. That's okay. Let's see. In this case, the donor board comes to the rescue. Good old Zeta one. Oh wait, this is a 6. That's not good. I need a 6S. Ah, that makes things complicated. I surprisingly have very few 6S boards, donors. And I think I just found one. Huzzah! That was fortunate. Give it some flux. Yeah, I don't know why that one's missing. I mean, that's a pretty big omission. Maybe if you follow the network that it's connected to on the other side, we might be able to find out where it is, and it's probably just a misnamed cap, like so many other bloody caps. The number of misnamed parts on these schematics and board views is hilarious, even after you've done hundreds of corrections. Go. Ah, Mr. Rossman. Yes, I am. See? There we go. Actually, I might just do that. So go... Oh, that's just a VCC main one. Given that it's a VCC main, I am going to speculate that that RF underscore suffix is actually wrong. My guess is it should be just called C5321. Let's see if we're right. C5321. No, I was wrong. That's crazy. What about L5303? Let's see if there's anything near that. That whole circuit is like missing. That whole circuit's missing. Rob, I'm on the wrong machine, so I can't check. What's Lewis doing here anyway? Lewis, that's because it's not even available yet. And you will probably be one of the last people to receive it, if ever. We can't trust you. You're like a China, blah blah blah. You're like a toddler bull in a China shop. Found in ZX scheme? Okay, cool. Come on, get some flux down there. Make sure we put in a Lewis Rossman amount of flux. That should about do it. Steve says hi to Micro. Thank you. Eli was quite salty. Yeah. I feel for the guy. Sort of. That's a little bit big, that nipple. They're way too big, those little nipples. Sort of. Alright, I'm just stuffing around here too much. I need to just drop my cap and go. By the way, these are new tweezers I did get. I am actually finding them useful. There are those ultra fine points. What was it? Union Repair has them, I think. But they're basically normal tweezers, but they've been ground down a little more, and it is actually useful. Far better than those crappy blue titanium ones. The titanium's great metal, but it's not really suited for this job because it's just not stiff enough, basically. Yeah, it's in. And I just realized I didn't even bother to check to see if my resistances were any good. Amateur hour. Oh well. Let's get the... Is Joshua Fitzpatrick in here? Right. Well, there's no short there anymore, so it's a good start. I'll take it. So we might have a win here. Alrighty. Let's see how we go now with our current draw. 4 volts, 2 amps, so we don't go too overboard. This should now show up nothing. Out. And yep, we're down to 11 milliamps, so that's right on the mark. So that's fixed up. Now I guess we've got to see. Does it even work? So I don't normally do these phones. Typically for most phone problems I will just hand them off to other people who know what they're doing. People like Bill from A1 Mobile Repairs here in Australia. I mean, he's about 3,000 kilometers away from me down south. But it is nice to have somebody that I can send these send real jobs down to, and not have to fret and stress wondering whether they're going to botch it up or not. I mean, sure, a botch up might happen one day, but overall, at least I've got some faith in the guy. Let's see, look at that. I didn't even put that in properly. It's good to have people you can throw jobs at, and you don't have to worry about all the minor things that you shouldn't worry about, like will they ruin it. Will you fix a Hawaii P20 Pro? Nope, that's a big fat NO from me. I basically don't do anything with the Androids. The T84 Tough Max is about the only thing I touch, and that's only just that only happens simply because I happened to do one or two of them, and it was more of a luck thing than anything else. I know someone had to be streaming. It was right, yep. Oh, Q, sorry mate. Didn't realise that you were on the stream. Well, this is almost done, so you can then go back on to your stuff. Alright, let's see if we... Damn it. Trap the antenna cable there. There we go. Let's see if we can get a fan spin. Probably not going to get one because the battery is probably completely flat. If not, in fact, destroyed. Let's see if we get charge. Oh, there it is. Where have you been? Finally. Come here, you. Come on. Wait, I'm pulling two cords at once. That's just unnatural. Alright. I've been looking for my personal current meter, and I haven't been able to find it for a couple of days, and I just saw it in the trashy realm of my workshop floor. Okay. I much prefer mine, not because it's mine, but because I can actually have it up here. And anyway, let's see, here we go. Charge current 51, 54. There we go, and we're alive. Where are we? No, that's behaving like a no battery. So my guess is this battery took a pretty serious hit. Let's try that other one that I had. Or it could be something else is blown. At least we know it does boot. It can be a real pain when you fix up one thing and you've still got more to go. It's like, come on. Shouldn't it just be a one fault fix? Yeah, the battery has died, probably from the extreme damage. No, just so you click over, what's going on? See if there's even boots. Let's change tone. Oh, we've got the beep. Yep. Oh well. But it does work. My tooth got caught then. So I'd say the battery is just taking a pretty serious hit. I might be able to revive it. There are ways to do that. Let's try to see if we can do that actually. Because it's going to be a pain in the butt as it is to get the customer to pay for this repair. So to revive the battery, cheat as it were, we take one of these boards. And naturally it's not going to reach. Oh wait, we have another technique. This is why I like these leads for my multimeters and power supplies, is that if you need an extension, and I just realized it's still, oh, it's okay, this will work. At the back of these connectors have a socket. So it does leave you at risk of exposure there, so I'll put the alligator clips back on. So now at least I have activity. Dun, dun, dun. I might connect you up first. So success. Okay, it reckons it's alive, eh? Let's see if we can. It's going to give it about a minute or so. Just pump some juice into it, get it kick-started. Is it worth trying with an $8 battery? Well, the batteries I'm getting are a fair bit more expensive than that. Mine are around about the $25 mark. But on the upside, they work, and they work well. I've never had any troubles with them. Whereas the cheaper ones that I was getting previously, funnily enough from the same supplier, but yeah, they were problematic a lot. Alright, that's probably enough. Just gonna plug this in. There we go. Let's see if okay, you see the current rate's really low. Oh, come on. Alright, now it's coming up. So if the battery voltage is below around about 3.1 or 2, then the charge control chip takes it a lot easier on the charging. Then again, maybe this is fully charged or close to fully charged and I just didn't plug that in properly. The possibilities. It's jumping around a lot though, that's what concerns me. So let's plug the screen back in and have a look to see what it's doing. Like I said, it could well be I just didn't plug it in properly. Okay, I'm pretty damn sure that's in. You gonna make a case for that power tester? Nope. Nah. Okay, so here we go. Well, we're definitely up to 570, 580, so that's good. I gave one of these to Lewis, and he lost it. Good on you, Lewis. You lost the one product I've ever sent to you. That was part of my heart, my soul. And you lost it. Unbelievable. Alright. 24%. I should be getting a higher charge rate. It should be closer to 1 amp at 24%, so the battery is probably a bit dodgy. But given that this is a disabled phone, it's going to be hard to see. I have a horrible feeling what's going to happen is they're going to factory reset it, and then they're going to go, we don't know our Apple ID, and it's going to be like, great, great. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, that doesn't apply in this case because it was a couple of years ago. It was back when Lewis didn't know me from a bar of soap. Back when Lewis knew micro better than he knew me. And I even wrote a nice little letter saying nice things about him. Unfortunately, I can't retract those statements anymore. Well, according to Lewis, he did use it for a bit, and then it disappeared. Because maybe it was just sparing my feelings. Alright, well at this stage, I guess we'll just have to put it back together. Kind of curious as to why it was disabled though, because the screen isn't broken. Fix something else. I don't really have anything. It's midday now. I need to clean up all that mess I made there and there. I think a good flush of alcohol should do the trick. Yeah, let's drown this in alcohol and scrub it. At least I didn't ruin anything else. So has anyone else been using the no alcohol ultrasonic clean system? Kind of curious. I'm certainly glad. I wish I could remember who it was that suggested it, because I'm very glad that they did. The outcome is much better. I mean, it takes a little longer overall, but definitely a much better outcome. Yeah, the no alcohol method of ultrasonicing boards now, basically what you do is you ultrasonic as per normal, but at the end, instead of rinsing it in alcohol after you've put it through the water bath, the flush, you just goes straight into the oven and no alcohol wash at all involved. And generally the boards come out substantially cleaner at the end. I'm gonna need some heat to make this contact. iPad LED, you mean the display? No, I don't know. That is another big problem, is just it's very hard to find a cleaning agent that doesn't leave streaks. And I'm not sure, it just seems to be an alcohol thing too. There's a tendency for streaks. I'm not sure if it's some industrial chemical that is in there in trace amounts, because you'll notice that all the alcohols will say like 99.8% or something like that. So that 0.2% is something else, and it could be unicorn tears. That'd be about right. See, Lewis has buggered off. He's probably going to play Dota 2. I have my doubts that Lewis is really here. Was he ever here? This is on the wrong side. Aren't you? Aren't you? Yes, you are. Get down there. Come on, get down. Damn it. Gotta take the board out again. Didn't set that right the first time. Actually, maybe I can just do it this way. Come on, just lift ever so slightly. There you go. He was a paid actor. Quite probable. It probably came from Australia. Guess not much point having all this stuff around anymore. A little bit of alcohol will get that off. I'm surprised that it actually melted as much as it did. I guess it shows I probably put a little bit too much heat into that job. What have we got going here? Someone sending me secret messages. More secret messages. Yeah, watching a burrito, that's quite probable, yes. What am I eating a burrito? I mean, speech is not my strong point right now. Don't you just love it when you can't recall why you placed certain screws in certain positions on the magnetic pad? You're like, well, I can see that screw is there, but why did I put it there? I feel like Gandalf. It's like, I have no recollection. Or does he say memory? I have no memory of this place. Yes. Right. I think I'll work that one out. Let's get our beloved 6S unique socketed hex nut. Why are you being difficult? Why? Well, the other way you can always put them in is you put the screw in, then drive them down that way. I don't normally have any issues putting these in. I've got a board alignment issue here. No, just a... Yep. The only alignment issue here is clearly me. Wow. Truly an incompetent right now. Come on, Paul. Get that in the socket. Yeah. See, a bit of forceful talking got it in. Alrighty. And then all this crazy 10 million screws stuff up the top here. Then sometimes what happens is you take one screw away from a cluster and it breaks your brain when you look back again looking for the next screw to pick up, because you're not seeing the pattern that you had before and you're like, uh-oh. Did you ever get a feel for which screws, with some of them, but like on MacBooks I usually do. For iPhones, I think once you get to about 6 or 7 unknown screws that you're dealing with, I don't know. I know if I go back to something like the 4 or the 4S again, in spite of doing a good couple of hundred of those, I now really have to rely on placing things properly into my little containers, because otherwise I really can't remember anymore. I think it's certainly, while it's a muscle memory, it's one that you do need to keep revitalized. Alright, now we're back into normal territory. This is where the muscle memory really just kicks in. That's it. I still have my coloured screws for the long screw damage areas. It's useful also because if I've stripped down a phone for parts, then I can very quickly identify at least which ones are the useful screws, i.e. the ones that are critical to prevent long screw damage. And I can just put them in a little storage tray and know that they're the safe ones to use. Just to get the heebie-jeebies pushing those screens down. What have we got going there? Oh, a message from my wife. That one I must answer. Yeah, they do make... I know they make the pads with the layouts and all that, but honestly, I haven't really found them to be... Well, I didn't really think they would be worth using, because a lot of the time the screw layouts are like you have the multiple layers, and so you still end up in a slightly ambiguous situation sometimes. It's just a case of, so long as I have a big enough magnetic pad, I can usually space things out into appropriate clusters, but yeah. Where's the screen seal gasket? It's not there. I don't do that. I know, people complain about that. As it was, I cut this one quite nicely, so it was actually still there, and I just pressed it back together. We don't have enough water around this place anyway. You watch this person will drop it in the bin. And besides, it's not even waterproof, it's water resistant. And most of the time you see these things, they've been dropped in toilets, so nothing's going to save that. Good advice. Tell them not to take it swimming. That really would, yeah. Alright. Okay, well, I'm going to scoot. We fixed the phone, we found the fault, so that was good. Now I'm going to have to deal with the hard bit, which is trying to explain to the person that, well, whatever happened, it's now disabled, so you're kind of, you're in a bad situation. Not much we can do for you. I might try giving an update, see if it'll give me a chance to put the pin code in, but chances are they don't even know the pin code anyway. We'll have to wait and see. So I'm going to sign off. Thank you everyone for watching. Appreciate it. Remember, like, share. You don't have to like. Certainly share if you can, or subscribe, and if you subscribe, make sure the little bells are on, otherwise you won't hear about when I'm having my next live stream. The reason why I'm not doing many edited streams at the moment is simply because I just don't have the time, so live stream is where it is at for the foreseeable future. And anyway, until the next time, take care, I'll see you later.